Hello, it is iTikJam time again. So today I make this video to help you to get the most out of these books. Okay, this beginning Wing Chun Keen books. This book is intended to be a textbook, a technical books, to cover the basics of Wing Chun Keen keys. So, let's start with this. Now, sticking body short strike, or in Mandarin 贴身短打, or in Cantonese 埋山短打, is the core, the key, the soul of Wing Chun. And this book is based on to introduce, to describe what Wing Chun is based on this sticking body short strike. Okay, so many have questions saying that, what is the sticking body short strike? How is it have anything to do with Wing Chun? And why is it I never heard about this before? Okay, so if you watch Ip Man 2 the movie, actually this sticking body short strike is clearly introduced in the movie when Ip Man in the movie, the character Ip Man in the movie introduced Wing Chun. He said Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike. It's a type of southern China sticking body short strike art. Okay, so that is the sticking body short strike. Now, if we go to Google, Google sticking body short strike or 贴身短打 and Wing Chun Keen, you will get a long list, continuous list of every Wing Chun Keen site have this sticking body short strike, every one of them. Okay, so we know that sticking body short strike is an important concept that we need to understand if we want to know what exactly is Wing Chun and we want to practice Wing Chun properly. And we know too, in Asia, this is a familiar term, and thus we need to really understand what it is. And that's why this book, Beginning Wing Chun Keen, is written, and all the major keys of the sticking body short strike art is presented in the book, so one be able to study Wing Chun pretty clearly in a comprehensive, systematic and scientific way. Okay, so as what the lyrics of the Taja I Walk Alone song say, go tell the world I'm still around, I didn't fly, I coming down. Waiting up in heaven, I was never far from you. Spinning down, I felt your every move. Okay, this is what happened with Wing Chun. It is always there. Okay, it is never far from us. However, we need to know, we need to recognize what it is. Now, first thing is, if you get the book, if you would like to join into the Wing Chun Keen education group in the Facebook, so that you can get update informations of the book or errata of the books. Okay, so if you like that, if you are a reader, join the group so that you'll be able to get further informations of the group, of the book. Okay, now, to get the most out of the book, turn to the last page. That is a page saying that basic Wing Chun Keen skill checklist. Okay, and this is the list. After you read this book, you need to be able to explain briefly, at least to the minimum, what is this thing. Okay, now let me introduce you to this. In the Chinese, this part is called Shen Gong, and this part is called Shou Fa. So Shen Gong is like your engine, Shou Fa is like your applications. As a complete art, a comprehensive art, this Shen Gong and Shou Fa, the engine and applications, has to be comprehensively described clearly. Otherwise, this art is not complete, or fragmented, or partial. Wing Chun is a comprehensive, complete art. Okay, by itself, it is a complete art. Thus, it has all of this component. So in order to understand, to be able to practice Wing Chun properly, like in the university learning or university education of learning, studying, this is the minimum one need to know. Okay, it just without this, it's just impossible to know, to learn the basic Wing Chun. Okay, now let's look at this part. Okay, this part meaning the body. Okay, like this a person facing the opponent. The opponent is as strong as a bull. Okay, now the first thing is the person need the engine, so that it has the engine it be able to make use of, and it needs the method, the way, the techniques, the process, or the strategy in order to be able to handle this opponent. Okay, here I purposely draw it as a bull because expect your opponent to be very strong. Okay, and it know what he's doing. Okay, so now if we look at this, in the engine side, there is the Wing Chun mechanics, there is the Wing Chun power generations, there is the physical body, okay, flexible physical body. Now, Wing Chun mechanics, because Wing Chun is not other arts, Wing Chun have its own mechanics, which is it core in that mechanics, okay, which one need to be understand. Otherwise, one will not be able to handle or develop the engine properly. And then also Wing Chun power generations, because Wing Chun is a special, unique type of martial arts. Then it has is optimized power generations, which one need to know. And then Wing Chun have a need of develop the flexible physical body in order to support Wing Chun's applications, which is here. Okay, so these are needed to cultivate or to develop in the body in order to be able to make use of the Wing Chun, the art, and to handle the applications. Okay, so this is what needed. Now, in terms of the applications or the way or the method or the technique to handle these situations, then one need to know the line of attack, how to close in, because Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike, so it has to go in. How to receive whatever coming at one, like the bull, how it when it rush into one, how one's going to receive that. Okay, as we all Wing Chunner know, it said come, receive, okay, accept what is coming, okay, those things, right? And then it need to have the footwork, and then the techniques, the Wing Chun technique, which is accord with all this above and the engine. Now, techniques is just not just any techniques. Technique has to accord to this. Otherwise, the Wing Chun techniques doesn't work. Okay? So, this list, after you finish the book, you read the book, study the book, expect to be able to describe what this item in the list is about. Okay? Every one of those 8 items has to be clear. Otherwise, one do not see the whole picture. Okay. Now, as for the books, because we need to answer all in that list, is actually core in what is Wing Chun Keen, how is Wing Chun Keen, why things done this way, and at the beginning it just explain and describe what is Wing Chun Keen, and also to study Wing Chun Keen, one need to understand what is the long fist and short strike categorization from the Chinese traditional martial arts, and then how is the Wing Chun positions or Wing Chun design is about. Okay, and then over here is how is Wing Chun Keen. Okay, because Wing Chun Keen, in order to develop the engine and the application, one need to know the mechanics, one need to know the power generations, and then the important thing like the line of attack, the center axis, how to close in, how to receive the incoming impact or attack, and the footwork. This is a must to understand. And then how to develop the basic flexible body. This is all needed in order to understand basic Wing Chun Keen. Okay, now Wing Chun using wooden dummy practice for like a laboratory or like a partner. So there are many keys one need to know while practicing wooden dummy. It's not just mimic something, a posture or a ritual. Okay, so it is like a laboratory. One experiment with things. One experiment Wing Chun Keen with the wooden dummy, and then finally the techniques. Simple example on techniques, which is it is showing in the way an example to show how is this thing involved in the Wing Chun techniques. Okay, and again for footwork here, it also introduced to basic common footwork. Okay, and so the techniques is like a snapshot of everything here is applied in the techniques region. Okay, in the techniques area. So this is how this book is written, and so if you use this as your compass or your GPS while you are reading this thing, then you'll be able to get the most out of this book in a very short period of time, so you don't get lost. Okay, so this is for you today, and I hope you get the most out of the Wing Chun Keen books, and you have a clear understanding on what is Wing Chun Keen, and here on you progress, and you actually really develop your skill of Wing Chun Keen.